Always been Oakland A's. You know who run the bay. Represent for the team. And do the Bernie lean. Always been Oakland A's. You know who run the bay. Represent for the team.
Welcome to Telling Like It Is, Oakland A's Weekly. Crazy times here as an A's fan. Saturday morning around 11 o'clock here, East Coast time. Dave Scholl here. Definitely reach out to us. Spotify. All right, Apple Tunes, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever you got. Sad news this week, although the A's officially still acting like cowards. The front office still hasn't really announced it, but we found out that they bought land right off the strip in Vegas there. So with the elevation being over 2,000 feet, the ball will fly, and we will look at the A's statistics. Some of the A's fans on the websites really don't understand it. This will make us an offensive joke, much like the Colorado Rockies. And then they say, well, we're not going to be. Well, if you're going to have a half-open stadium, the ground is going to be hard as a rock. Throw a ground ball. It'll be like playing in the street. That'll be a base hit. And two, the elevation being over 2,000 feet, the ball will fly. And so if you look at the minor leagues of the two teams in the league that have teams in Nevada, you will see that the ERAs are 6. The batting averages are in 270s and 280s. These are yearly stats, by the way. The always way up there, elevated in home runs, way at the top, like I said, in batting average allowed and batting average also, runs scored. Obviously, that's a pattern here, kids. You don't have to be a genius or a scientist or a mathematician, but if you're an ideologue, you still just don't get it. The Oakland A's are going to have a problem in this regard. Again, it's a big problem for the squad. It's not going to be good for the team. And you know what pitcher was the last good pitcher the Colorado Rockies signed? Mike Hampton. Not going to be a good situation for us A's fans. But hey, rocking a Cespedes jersey. And again, like we said, just very frustrating, being an A's fan because they haven't been honest with the fans. They had that. I was really excited when they talked about building the ballpark down by Jack London Square. Didn't want to do that. I'm not living in Oakland. I live in New York, so I'm frustrated as an A's fan, but I can't imagine how frustrating it is for the Oakland A's fans who are in Oakland themselves. But we got to be fair about it. There's a couple of sides to this. Oakland has lost 3 teams. If you count the San Francisco 49ers is moving out, the Raiders, and now the A's. However, the Raiders aren't even drawing good in Nevada, in Las Vegas, which makes me nervous. I think they are doing the right thing by building the ballpark between 35 and 40,000. That's one of those, that can be on the lighter side, which is good. I wish we'd make it even smaller. I'm just really worried as an A's fan about losing the colors and the name. Last bunch of teams that have changed hands in the 70s and 72 and later on have changed names and changed colors. I don't want to become the Aces without a WNBA team. I don't want to become the Gamblers or some other stupid name. God knows it's bad enough we have sports gambling legalized on every channel every 5 seconds for the youth of America to see. But I just don't want to lose the colors and I want to lose the name. The bright gold, the white cleats, all means a ton to you. The green, the Kelly green jerseys mean a lot to you also. The all whites mean a lot. The all yellows mean a lot. We just don't want to lose that. And as an A's fan, that's one thing that bothers me. Like I said, I can't speak for people who live in Oakland, but they're losing a whole team that are in their backyard. I usually wait till the A's come east here and then I go see their games. But at the same time, it's frustrating. And again, the philosophy of the organization is what's frustrated me the most the last 2 years. Being 4-16 is one thing, but the philosophy overall, including game philosophy. Met game last week, first and second, no out. Laureano, who was leading our team in strikeouts until missing a couple of games recently, is up, and a guy who I love and a guy who I've praised for starting to go to right field more. But if you get him up in the middle of the zone, he loves that pitch. All we had to do is move a runner, and we're the A's. We're the last place team in the world right now. Move a runner. This is not the 27 Yankees. Let's not play for the big inning. This is not the 85 Royals even play for the big inning. They weren't even that good, even though they were hot, won the World Series. This is not the 2016 A's. Let's play for a run. Next guy up hits a fly ball. Brendan Nimmo makes a great catch. Again, if you move a runner, game's over. We don't do it. We could have won 2 of the 3 games versus the Mets, but we don't. Last night we did a great job. Ricky Diaz comes up and gets a home run top of the ninth. Sears came back and pitched really well after a horrific first inning. And again, as we've talked about, I'm telling you like it is here, the big problem with the A's has been that big inning. Again, a crooked number. That's a very crooked number of 4. The odds on coming back 4-0 when you're the A's this year in the first inning are probably 1%. So I'm sure the Rangers are just kicking themselves. And if the Rangers wind up missing a playoff spot by 1 game, they'll rue the day of that. And that'll be a big problem for them. I'm sure they'll feel a little bit of pressure, even though it's early. We're 20 games in. So we're 1/8 of the season done here, which is about 12.5% for you non-math majors. So, on this pace, we're not even going to win, 40 games at this point. We have 32 games at this point, 33, 34, maybe if you round it up with those extra 2 games. But again, I'm willing to live with those losses. Let's just keep this talent playing every day, and let's just, actually play to win games. And again, you don't know for the front office if it's just not allowed to move a runner or not. Like I said, last year we were leading the league in stolen bases, or at the top in the first couple of weeks of the season. That came to a dead halt. Now with the stolen bases, at least we're still near the top. And let's take a look at that. So I removed my A shades. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at the team stats for hitting. As we go down the loop here, we got runs. Runs obviously is subjective to the amount of games you play. But again, with 26, their offense has started to come around. I know we got shut out the other day, so you say, how could you say that? But it is the better part of our team right now, which is not saying much because our pitching is still can't avoid that big inning. So we've scored 70 runs, which is not obviously enough in 20 games, but it's starting to come around for us on the offensive end of the floor. I feel a little bit better about where we're at. Let's look at the home run numbers. I feel like we've done some decent things in this area recently, but again, we got to pick it up here. Let's see where we are in the home run categories here for the A's. 23rd in home runs with 18. I like the walk category. I guess we have not shown the same patience, although I'm happy about being aggressive with young hitters, but yet we're 15th in walks, which is surprising. Here's the one that always concerns me. The strikeouts been a big problem for a long time. The A's are near the top in strikeouts, and that's something that's been an organizational thing for years. We're 14th in strikeouts with 173 stolen bases as an offensive team here. I'm liking the fact that we're near the top of that with 7th, tied for 7th with 19. That's very good, and we're stealing at a good rate. Batting average, oh boy, this is where it gets scary for us A's fans out here. The Oakland A's are near the bottom. We're at 225 on base. Another big concern for us. And these are organizational choices too. And we're not taking as many pitches, but yet we're still up there in walks, which is kind of nice. 307 on base. That's the one that really concerns you right there. But let's take a look at our pitching here. And this is where, again, the big inning. I have to say, I know you say it's crazy, but I think we got to have some good starters. Our bullpen really concerns me right now. Acevedo being out, Jimenez being out. This is it's not good. I was really relying on those 2 young arms to be staples going forward for the A's. Right now we have the 7.53 ERA of just incredible highness. Well, again, if you go to Vegas, your ERA will be in the 6s every year, so you better get used to this, A's fans. It'll be like pinball. Again, and it's really bad for the ERA, obviously, to be 7.5. And again, it's the crooked inning. It's really the crooked inning. I would love to see the average start per A's starter, which has really been a problem. We're letting up tremendous amount of hits. Second, 196 hits. Major problem there. Our runs, we've let up by far the most runs. We've let up 155 runs. It's 28 more than our closest competitor. Earned runs, 148. That's 39 more than our closest competitor. So our pitching, is what I'm saying to you, has been horrendous by a long shot. And the home run ball has been, 35 homers, just really giving it up. We're over 100 walks already. So it's been bad. And we've had several innings this year where we've walked 4 men in a row, 3 men in a row, and 4 men in a row. The other day we're playing versus the Mets, we're pitching well, and all of a sudden we walked 7 guys in the last 2 innings. That's not going to do it. Strikeout wise, are we getting any strikeouts? We're at the bottom, 28th. We're not missing enough bats, which tells you that, we're just not doing a good job with our pitchers. Like I said, I like Sears. I thought he was good. Miller looked great the other night. Miller and Diaz being brought up this week, I thought was great. I think we needed it. Miller looked okay. Made a couple of mistakes, but he looked good overall. Like I said, Diaz, very happy to see him. Guy, we got to get back on track to hold our staff down is Caprilli, and we'll get to him in a minute. I mean, I feel like he would be better this year. I know he's coming off an injury, but giving up a 281 batting average, by the way, so that's not good for us. That's gonna hurt. But what are you gonna do? So as far as teams go, team statistics, let's go over here and check out our squad. Scroll down, see what the A's have here as far as checking out our where we're at. Right now, it's obviously not very good. I'm booting us off here. I don't want the roster tool bag. I want the stats. And we'll see where we're at. Stats. Here we go. Brent Rooker, obviously, you got to be happy with him hitting 325. 4 homers, 11 RBIs, 7 strikeouts. Shea coming around, 237. Again, not a great defender. We'll see what we can do there. Ramon Laureano's it's been a blip on the radar here. He got a couple of injuries there late. I think his approach has been better. Noda, who I really like, starting to strike out way too much. So I'm a little concerned about that. 217, good athlete for a big guy. Like him a lot. Aguilar, not getting a ton of at bats. 235. Again, we feel like a Sunday men's league softball team. We got a lot of catcher. We got a lot of first basemen and DHs, which is a problem. Seth Brown is out, as you know. Miss Diaz, I thought would be better than this. Still very disappointed in the 145 average. I really relied on him to pick up some slack for us. Jordan Diaz, who hopefully we put in the lineup again today, hitting 667. Nice to see that. Tony Camp is hitting some bad luck, but got to be better than 162. So that's been a major problem for us. Then we have Carlos Perez has done a great job as a backup catcher. Jace Peterson, I still think, has naked pictures of somebody. I don't know what he's doing up here because we have other guys we can plug in here. I'd like to see Smith go to third base, and let's get Smith get the at-bats. I mean, what is Jace Peterson going to do for us? Nick Allen is he seems like he's been relegated. Connor Capel, big mistake last night, but didn't hurt us. He's a decent hitter. I feel like he's okay. Yeah, Charlie in the background. Esteury Ruiz is the bright spot and hopefully gets rookie of the year, 299. I'm very happy to see it. If we can get Ruiz and Smith up here and Diaz playing every day and leave Noda and let these kids play a little bit, this would be fun. Well, Noda's not the young. And I'd like to see Tyler Wade find a way into the lineup. The guy was a very good player with the Yankees up here in New York. He's a good bench player. I'm sure he could help us if he was a good bench player for the Yankees. But I'd like to see us continue to use these guys. And then said, let Rooker get in there. Let's keep Shea out there and let's let Diaz play. Okay, let's let Noda play. Let's let Rooker play. Let's try to have something positive here to look forward to. Let Ruiz and Kevin Smith play, and we'll find a place for Tyler Wade. But let's do that. Let's let these guys go, and let's let guys like Sears continue to develop as he did last night. Did a fantastic job for us after having a really bad first inning. And the pitching staff, like I said, is where we have the biggest concern. Obviously, this is not good. Sears is all one with a 4.9 after last night, but that's okay. He pitched. I thought he pitched pretty well last night. I'd like to see him get a little deeper in games. He's still, now he's averaging a little bit over 5 innings an outing. That's a little bit of a problem. Wolochuk has been pitched better than his record. He's 0-2, but he's had a couple of pretty decent starts. He's averaging exactly 5 runs. Problem with Caprillion here. Caprilion's had 4 starts and 14 innings, and his pitch count is just wild, and his wildness has been a real big concern. 12 walks in 14 innings, which has been quite scary for us. And James, I respect a lot. I know he's injured, so you got to keep running back out there, and he's gutted out a couple of games for us, being down early and taking the ball for us and kept it. Muller, I mean, I think it's been okay. The big inning has been just incredible. The guy I was really looking forward to this year was Adrian Martinez. He has not been good for us. They have not put him in that starting role. Still thinking about some of the positive games he threw last year, and disappointed in that. Fujinami, I like to see him get a little deeper in these games. He's averaging 4 innings to start. We'll see what happens with him. Aller is a guy I'm pulling for hardcore. 5 games, but we got to find him a role. Trevor May is taking a leave of absence for some stress related situations. Trevor has not been good for us. 1 pitch lost the game for us versus the Orioles. Mole, I like. Mason Miller, like I said the other day, looked all right. We got to get Domingo back. Familia, again, tightrope as a New Yorker. I know that. Jimenez being hurt, that really is a bad one. And I like to see Chad Smith get some more burn here. We got to see what Lovelady and Harris do. Hopefully Harris is better than his first outing. Lovelady, we'll have to see what he brings. But the pitching staff has got to just find a way to get better. The walks are, like I said, a big concern for us. You know, the walks are something that, we got some guys up here with as many walks as they have innings almost. That's obviously a huge concern. And, Trevor May, like I said, we've got to find a way to piece this bullpen together and see if we can get something out of guys like Zach Jackson, who's been okay. He's done a decent job for us, which I like. Got to find a way to keep banging him out. Maybe we can make one of these guys the long man. We got Waldichuk, Fujinami, and Caprillion, three of the starters. Get Miller. We got to find that fifth guy there. Fujinami, like I said, Caprillion, Waldichuk, Fujinami, Muller. Who's that other starter? I mean, well, I guess Harris. Well, actually, Miller could be that other starter. That's a 5 good starters. You get Sears, you get 6 starters. We got to find one of these guys to get into that bullpen. Maybe help us out. Adams got to help us out a little bit. Help us extend our season. But like I said, with the A's, it's very frustrating because of the situation with the ownership. That they have not been honest. But you do have to bear some of the brunt. 3 teams have left the Oakland area. If you count San Francisco the San Francisco 49ers is really leaving. I guess they kind of have. The Raiders have left, but the A's kind of self-sabotaged here as well. So I think when the A's were good, the A's fans did show up. I think they needed to improve the ballpark, and you would have had even more. They tried to get creative with the ticket packages several years ago, which I really liked. The bad news though is even when we were winning like 2 or 3 years ago, winning a lot and still 5,000-6,000 in the middle of the week, and the tickets were pretty cheap compared to anywhere here in New York. So but again, you got to clean up the neighborhood. You got to put better security on. Supposedly it's a very tough neighborhood to go to see a game in, much like Yankee Stadium was. But Yankee Stadium always sold out. But then again, New York baseball is Yankee fans are very passionate. But when the Yankees weren't playing well, they didn't draw either. But the Yankees been good for like 25 years straight with the modern setup of baseball. Basically, with you could just spend to the end of their time. There was never a salary cap, but now teams are just spending their way into it. But being 4-16, like I said, I'm willing to live with that. Good win last night. I just really want to see these young guys play. I don't want to hear that Diaz needs a blow today. I don't want to see, Jace Peterson at third base. Let's put freaking Smith over there at third base. Let's do something like that. Let's let these kids play. Let's let Rooker play. Let's let Noda play. Let's let Langoliers play. Let's have these guys playing baseball. We don't need Ruiz will stay in center field. Hopefully we can get him the rookie of the year. There's some talent here. So all's not lost. It's just very upsetting. I'm very nervous about the colors and then team name. I don't want to become something else with a strange new logo that they make these days with some neon color, like some strange orange or something. This is the gold and green. I just hate to lose that. Hate to see maybe the logo go and things of that nature. I would love to say the Athletix, but I don't know. Nobody has an answer yet. If they do move, it'd be nice if they actually would come out and have some balls and actually announce the official move. And, if you want to do it and you want to build them, it's really pisses me off that they want $500 billion from local government out there in Nevada. And, bullshit, build a stadium yourself. It's kind of pathetic. You're bitching about money again. Well, then don't go. Then fix the stadium you have and stop the toilets from exploding and get rid of the possum in the announcer's booth. And, and again, be creative, fix up the area around it, put proper security out there, and those fans would come back. But looks like it's a fait accompli. Looks like it's done for the A's. But at the same time, I feel like there is talent here. Again, I apologize to the fans of Oakland because that's in your backyard. I know that team's leaving right in front of you. I'm sure some of you have been through it with your Raiders. I don't know how you've handled the Raiders going to Las Vegas, whether you've stayed with them or not, whether you have officially followed another team or whether you don't follow an official football team anymore. So I would look for your advice on that. Like I said, I would love to hear from you. Reach out on Facebook. Basically sad week, but at the same time, we do have some talent here. We took game 1 versus the Rangers. Got to find a way to see if we can scratch out another one, maybe win our first series of the year. Actually, no, took the Angels. You didn't do badly, but we got to see what we can do and scratch out some wins here and see if we can go from there. All right, guys. Basically, telling you like it is this week. Oakland Athletics Weekly. We'll be back next week. Like I said, it's Saturday. We're in the middle of some great stuff right here. We got the NBA, we got NHL, we got baseball, got the NFL draft. We got it all going on. And we'll definitely we'll see you next time along the way. Take care.